that the DOS member, Chika Joseph, can come out and deny this thing here now. Because the reason why they don't write it with their own paper and then stamp it and then come out with Chika Joseph name. So that tomorrow, so that tomorrow they can deny Emma Powerless.
No, they can't deny it. It's in news now. If you want, I bring the news where it is. It's in the news.
Oh my God.
Wait,
No,
wait.
don't bring the news. Don't bring the news. Make we read their rubbish first. Later we can bring the news. Make we read their rubbish first. Uh-huh. Emma Powerless said that the pro-Biafra movement had not ordered any boycott of election. Fine and good. We did not order boycott of election because time for boycott of election have come and gone. Now,
Uh,
what we are asking for is no election. Don't even think of standing somewhere to boycott. Don't just
yeah.
try to hold it. What we mean is no election to hold in Biafra land. So
Exactly.
all these rally that you people are doing, you people are just doing press up. Do press up. Make una finish the press up. When time come for the main elections, we will see how una go do the elections. So it dissociated itself from any person or group behind any purported sit at home during elections. Now, why the DOS are dissociating themselves from anything that has to do with sit at home against elections in Biafra land is because they were not fighting for freedom and they are not fighting for freedom. So what they do is that they only come, make noise in the media. When it is time for elections, they collect money and then go back inside. After election finish, they come back again and say, let us continue our showy display of fighting for Biafra. So those are the people you call stomach agitators.
Man must work.
Man must whack agitators. So as they have ever been doing, deceiving people that they are fighting for freedom for years, collecting money. Recently, we saw a communique that was released by Chika crying that there is no more salary coming, or that all the salary and all the money that they used to contribute that the Nnamdi has collected the money, and she refused to release a dime to one of them. So now they are crying that there is no more salary to give to people that they used to give. And because of this thing now, it has contributed to Chika looking very, very, very skinny, like someone that is suffering from kwashiorkor. Because the money is not forthcoming again for them to live big and fat. So when you see this thing on the screen, the Biafra people are not asking for a boycott. What we are asking for is
No election.
total lockdown of no elections, no cat, no dog, no monkey, no antelope, no hare. Even dog that day must stay inside and be packing inside. Dog should not even come out. Talk less of fowl. Fowl no go even cross road. That is what we are asking for. So they went on to say IPOB described those issuing sit-at-home order on the election day as criminals sponsored by the enemies of Biafra to destroy Igbo land and blame it on IPOB. Their own has ever been what they will call you. They are afraid that they will call them criminals. That is why they say that we ordering sit at home of no election, that we are what? Criminals. So they are afraid to be called criminals. They are afraid to be called enemies of Igbo land. They are afraid to be called enemies by the Igbo leaders. Because when you challenge the powers that be, what you see is that your names will be on the red ink. Are we afraid of them? No. We've had series of meetings with all the Igbo criminal groups who inside the meeting house they will claim to support the Biafran restoration mandate. They will claim to support the release of Nnamdi Kanu. But when they come out and then go on the other side, they will talk from the other side of their mouth. But with all this, their hanky-panky behavior that they have been doing, recently, God has helped them for them to come out in the open and then expose their nyash and their very backside from which they have been deceiving Biafrans inside and out before. It was in the open that World Igbo Congress came out to open their secrets. And the videos are there. Continue to watch. These are the enemies of the Biafran people. On Ezendibo, they place bounty on Mazi Simon Ekpa's head. This is for you to understand the enemies of the people. When they are killing you in your communities, Waneze Ndibo does not come to your aid in any way. Walibo Congress does not come to your aid in any way. The DOA is here that they do not come to your aid in any way. Today now, all of them are against those that are doing everything to protect you, doing everything to keep the fire burning and to make sure that election does not hold, doing everything against you that is keeping the fire burning to make sure you finger the zoo to release Martin Nnamdi Kanu and to release every Biafran that is behind bars against their will for fighting for freedom. We want you to understand something very clear, that the enemies that we've been looking for, they have not been very far. They have been inside the families of IPOB. And it's through their conspiracy that the kidnap of MNK was made very, very possible. Very possible. They said the statement made available to Vanguard read in part. The global movement and family of indigenous people of Biafra under the command and leadership of our great and indefatigable liberator Mazin Nnamdi Kanu warns the unknown mushroom group called Pan Nigeria President of Igbo Extraction Coalition to desist from linking this noble movement with the state-sponsored criminal gang, issuing and enforcing sit-at-home orders to blackmail IPOB. You see, for them to be able to deceive you, they will always use MNK's name as their leader. Because the day that they remove MNK's name, some of you that your eyes are still blind will open. But they will not remove MNK's name. But you need to understand that it is not everyone that call God, 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 or call Jesus, 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 that are actually doing the will of his Father. Our own is not just to say we are enforcing the sit-at-home or we are issuing the sit-at-home order or no elections in Biafra land. Our own is that the preparedness of no elections in Biafra land will shock all of you. Our own is that we are ready to make sure election does not hold in Biafra land. Because if it holds, there is no way all of you can be alive anymore. You have seen dead bodies of people scattered everywhere that have been killed. Did you see any of these people talking here do anything about it? Nobody did anything about it. So for these people that are using MNK's name, they have ever been using MNK's name and writing all the junks. When they came out and canceled the sit-at-home of Anambra election, they also used MNK's name. And this time of 2023 presidential election, they are also using MNK's name.
No, so they say they use them to do evil thing, but when e reach to do good thing, they no go use them. They use them to cancel sit at home. They use them to tell people go and vote. But when e reach to use them, obey wetin he tell them to do, they no go use them. They go say make he come out, come do am himself. Useless people, mad people everywhere.
Okay, imagine such a thing. They are waiting for MNK to come and give them instructions on how they can decimate one Nigeria. They are using MNK's name to write cancellation of sit at home, cancellation of no elections, cancellation of this and that, and sacking of people and expelling. Please, when they expel you or they sack you or they dismiss you, go and kneel down and give praises to God, because from that day you are free from the ojuju that they are using on top of your head. MNK has been behind bars since 2021 of June. If you count from that day to this day, can somebody tell me what the DOS criminals have been doing to free Martin Nnamdi Kanu? When a World Igbo Congress chairman was asked, what are you doing to free Martin Nnamdi Kanu? He said he has been communicating with the legal team to know when they go and come back and how far. He said he asked Martin Simon Ekpa, are you communicating with Martin Nnamdi Kanu? Did you ask Martin Nnamdi Kanu whether you should continue with sit at home? Did you ask Martin Nnamdi Kanu whether you should finger the Zoo government to release him? Did you ask Martin Nnamdi Kanu whether you should stop elections in Biafra? I look at this man, I say, Chai, this Yochi. So you want MNK to now be the one to tell you what to do to come and free him inside detention. You want MNK to still be the one to tell you how to fight one Nigeria to get Biafrans free. You want MNK to still stay behind bars to now give you a plan of how you are going to do so that the election will not hold. You want MNK to still stay behind bars and then give you instructions on how to go and free Biafrans that have been contrapped by the terrorists in one community or another. You want MNK to still be the one to give you instructions on how ESN should function while he is not here. You want MNK to even still marry wife for you and then tell you how to sleep with your wife so that you can make child. Hey! Dinzama. And that man claimed that he's almost 70s. But at his 70s, his 70 years old man brain don't become very, very useless. So Biafran people, you have to ignore and understand what we are doing here. We are trying to make you understand that the criminals working for one Nigerian government that have claimed to be working with MNK for years have not ever been working for the interests of the Biafran people. They have been working for one Nigeria, and in these elections of 2023, you have seen them unveil themselves in a very clear manner. And the exposition of them unveiling themselves will not stop here. It will continue because each and every day, as we draw near to the 2023 endorsement of the killings of more people, they will be coming out to give you more and more of what they have been doing in the secret. They said IPOB has no plan or intention to order any sit at home during the election period. IPOB, led by Martin Nnamdi Kanu, has never forcefully obstructed the election process in Nigeria. Okay, thank you. IPOB, under Martin Nnamdi Kanu, have never forcefully obstructed the election process in one Nigeria. That was Martin Nnamdi Kanu, right?
Very good one.
And these are autopilot IPOB. There's one thing we need to understand. We don't need to talk like Martin Nnamdi Kanu. Like when we start, then we say, Chineke nakpere mere mere. We pray like Martin Nnamdi Kanu. We turn our mouth like Martin Nnamdi Kanu. We disguise our voice to be like Martin Nnamdi Kanu. No, we don't need to act like Martin Nnamdi Kanu. We don't need to do like him. We don't need to be in like manner of Martin Nnamdi Kanu and say we cannot even prophesy the way Martin Nnamdi Kanu prophesies. We cannot say that he does. Everybody have their different ways and manners of how they should key in to this Biafran restoration mandate. The work of MNK was to teach us, to put us in line to know what we are going to do when he is not here. So, only this paragraph alone makes you to understand that these people had no laid out plan of how to get Biafra. And they had no laid out plan of how to free Martin Nnamdi Kanu. If Martin Nnamdi Kanu is behind bars and they are coming to write to you and tell you that IPOB has no plan or intention to order any sit at home during election period, that MNK has never forcefully obstructed election. So you have to wait for MNK until when he tells you to go and obstruct election. Mad people everywhere. Autopilot, our own mandate before MNK was kidnapped was to make sure that we come out and do the work that Chukwu Okike has ordained us. He cried out and said, Chukwu Okike, the time has come because I will be taken in no time. But those people that you have ordained from their mother's womb, it is time you bring them out. So as we come out, if MNK did not order sit at home, we have ordered sit at home. And we have also ordered a forceful obstruction of elections process in Biafra. So if you say MNK did not order a forceful obstruction, we have ordered a forceful obstruction because Nigeria have been forcing us to stay together for years. Nigeria has been forcefully obstructing our lives and existence. Nigeria has been forcefully raping our mothers and fathers. Nigeria has been forcefully making you to remain in a forced marriage that cannot work for years. All of you have been forced to stay and exist in the contraption. And if they have only forced you and then allowed you to stay, it would have been better. But as they force you, they say you must stay, and then they are killing you. They are using knife, machete, and AK-47 to slaughter you and reduce you in numbers every day. While they now make use of your oil and gas and every natural resources that is emanating from your lands and provinces, they use it at the mercy of your own life. So, if the criminals of DOS said MNK did not in any way intend to disrupt election, that is MNK, and that is you with your write-up. But do not confuse Biafrans. MNK has said and made it very open that no elections will hold in Biafra land. And we are not just waiting or picking on MNK's words. We are making sure we do what we know how to do to make sure the record exists and the election does not hold, because we don't need to wait for MNK to come out to show us the way or to tell us how to go or how we can live. No, he has done his own job for many years teaching us. Now it is our own time to apply what we have learned from MNK. So for you DOS members that have not learned anything from MNK for how many years? That means you have been a null brain and you have been useless to MNK, waiting for MNK to now come and give you instruction on how to get Biafra and on how to protect Biafrans and what to do during elections. You don't know that having MNK in the hands of the terrorists is the biggest time for you to use to have your freedom. They will hold MNK there, and then you will be fighting with everything that you have in your hand to make sure you destroy one Nigeria, because MNK now is like a bone inside their throat. Vomit him, they cannot vomit. Swallow him, they cannot swallow. So while MNK is moving like a pendulum ball inside their throat, it is the opportunity for you to make use of every arsenal to face Nigeria left and right and then destroy them, making sure that this election does not hold. And that is what we are doing. So these people that are coming out to tell you MNK did not say this, MNK did not say that. We don't need MNK to say anything or to tell us this or tell us that. Everything we are doing now has nothing to do with MNK say or MNK don't say or MNK say. What we are doing now is we say, we say. So do not use anything on MNK. Use everything on us. MNK is the one inside. We are the ones outside. So someone that is inside cannot stay inside and order a sit at home. Understand it very clear. Now we where they outside. Now we they order the sit at home. Now we where they outside. Now we they stop the election. Now we where they outside. Now we they make everybody understand. Say if you endorse one Nigeria again, your mothers and your siblings, they will become slaves and they will be butchered. Your parents will be raped. Now we wait outside, now we they talk am now. MNK don't talk you on. Now we can only use his message to remind you. So do not wait and expect us to be relying on every information that MNK need to give us. We are not that dumb like you people that are so dumb. Our own is we learn, we amplify, and we intensify what we learn from MNK. They said our interest and focus is the release of Nnamdi Kanu and the date of Biafra referendum for Biafra to determine their political future in Nigeria. You see, when we say that they don't have brains, this is where it comes out. If you are waiting only to focus and release MNK, how long have you waited and you're focusing on releasing MNK? Since he was kidnapped, how long have you released him? And what have you done to release him? Nothing. Oh, they have not done anything. What Igbo Congress said, we are communicating with the lawyers. When they go to see him and come back, we hear what they say, we communicate. So we know how he is faring. Chikina, you will wait. All the court in Nigeria and you even made mention of a Jamaica, whether Mali. WIC chairman said there was another court that was seated in whether Jamaica or whether Mali. That every court have said release Nnamdi Kanu, and they don't want to release him. So because they have seen that the court are not ready to release him, and then they cannot do anything. They are still waiting on the court. Their own resolution is for them to go and join Peter Obi. Chai! This Yochi, MNK suffered, having meetings with empty brains, thinking that their formidability and commitment is top notch, not knowing that they are all useless in the brains. They are all useless upstairs. People that can easily change their mind at the appearance or at the intrusion of another person or what another person say. They change their mind. So fickle-minded in nature cannot stand on their word, cannot stand your ground because of what? Money. Money. Money is what they want. They tell you they are looking for the date of Biafra referendum. They will look for the date of Biafra referendum until when they don't kill Martin Nnamdi Kanu in detention. That is when they will bring out their own date of Biafra referendum. Your Biafra referendum should be determined from this election, because one Nigeria will not come and give you a Biafran date for referendum. They can never come to a round table talk with you. In other places, you can sit down on a round table and then talk and come out with something tangible. But one Nigeria, no. What one Nigeria does is that you need to give them the hard way. It is the hard way that they understand. It is the hard way that they use to massacre you all. When they brought Operation Python dance, that was an hard way. When they invaded MNK's house, that was hard way. When they massacred you in your communities, that is hard way. Are you the one sparking the problem before they come to massacre you? No. They just come to massacre you because they understand that if they allow you to breathe, that you will bring one Nigeria to an end. So they will do everything to make sure they just massacre you, because that is what Nigeria is all about. Kill, maim, destroy. Their own is not to save life or protect. Their own is to work for the Islamization agenda. But we feel very, very sorry for Obedience, because when we see him come out, he is making the worst mistake of his life. And you people should not be surprised if one Nigerian terrorist kidnap Obedient anytime from now. Make una no dey surprise o. They say we knew that this mushroom group called Panpig is among those sponsoring this fake group claiming that they are IPOB, issuing and enforcing reckless sit at home in the East. If they are not their sponsors with Fulani government of Nigeria, why do they keep linking the paid agent of confusion with us, as IPOB has publicly denounced any link with Simon Egba and their collaborators? Now, let us come back here. You see, when Din Samaz are talking, you laugh. They said that you are now working with the Fulani government and their sponsors. So we want to ask one simple question here now. We are the one fighting the Nigerian terrorist government, Woto every day. ESN are fighting them tooth and nail. And they are not coming back to always give you the report of how many are going down when they come in hillocks and trucks. Entering Biafra land, you see them. But when they are going out, you don't see them. They don't come back to give you the report. ESN are fighting the same Fulani terrorist government tooth and nail every single day. And we are decimating them because we have what it takes and we need your support. That is why we tell you, visit the website and make your donations so that we can keep this fire burning and burning very high. Now, if we are working with the Fulani terrorist government, as these moronic people claim here, how far and why are we still fighting the same Fulani government? We are fighting the Fulani terrorist government, and we are still fighting the entire government to make sure election does not hold in Biafra land. And then these Mumu people here are telling us that we are working with the same Fulani government. Mazuko, I think it's time you start to highlight people's comments, because they are making good comments here. They are going in line with the broadcast. So try to be bringing their comment to the screen. So if we are working with the Fulani government of Nigeria, to make sure your Igbo presidency does not come to be. Why are we, the autopilot, still fighting the same terrorist government in our communities and in our bushes? Why are we still fighting the same government of the same terrorists that you claim that they are our sponsors? You know, when these DOS members are talking, you see that they don't even know how to compose anything that has to do with speech. We are working, fighting the terrorists, and you are saying that we are still working alongside with the same terrorists. Yet we are stopping the terrorists from doing election. We are stopping them from killing our people in our communities. We are fighting them with ESN every day. I mean, na because say una get cow brain, DOS. Na get cow brain because na don sell una brain comot long time ago. Na get cow brain. So we are not in this somehow. Our own is that we dey do, e dey show. And our stand on no elections is sacrosanct. No going back on it because MNK has not been released. And as MNK has not been released, and as Biafran massacre still continues, we will still continue until we are free. This February month of Biafra is going to be a remarkable date on history. So thank God that you are alive and you are amongst the people that are making it to happen, and history will write your name in gold. They said it is on record and in the public domain that IPOB has not called for any sit at home during February elections. It is also obvious that IPOB and ESN do not have any faction or splitter groups. These are the criminal DOAs that are working for one Nigeria when they tell you that IPOB do not call for sit at home. So IPOB, the criminals that are working with one Nigerian government, their own is to make sure all of you continue to fight for freedom for the next 100 years and they will be massacring your people. They have no roadmap. They have no plan. They have no time to strike one Nigeria. Their own is just to be answering the name IPOB, collecting people's money, paying themselves salaries.
Ochebe freedom fighters. Ochebe useless people.
But Autopilot don't come to make sure any criminal standing on the way of Biafra is crushed and taken down. So make una understand very well. What we are going to do during this election is complete lockdown. And as we do complete lockdown, now remember one thing. When MNK set up ESN, he told you one of the objectives of ESN is to make sure they protect you and shield you the day you march on the street. Now, that is why when terrorists are coming to kill you, the ESN will come to your aid. That is why at this time, when we say no elections in Biafra land, the angels of Biafra will make sure the election does not hold. We are not just going to talk and then relax. We are going to use everything that we have to make sure this election does not hold in Biafra land. But there is one thing you must understand. Your cooperation and understanding is very, very important. When we say stay inside your house, stay inside your house. Do not come out because when you come out, you may be a victim of the circumstance of the day. Remember that the politicians are going to come out with their dead men squad, which they have recruited through the World Labour Congress and the DOS and the government of the day. And they will come to display every madness that they have. So we are telling you, stay inside your house. There is no crime you staying inside your house. It is your right to stay inside your house and decide what to do with your generations and your lives. And what the Biafran people of this day have decided is stay inside the house, no elections in Biafra land. We are not talking about boycott. We say no elections. No. No is no. There's nothing like negotiate. When you're talking of negotiate, it's different. When we say no, a capital N-O, that no is no. Our own is not to talk about splinter groups or factions. What Autopilot are doing now is that if you are ready to fight for Biafra, we bring you together. You come very close. If you are ready to fight for Biafra, you will be in the form of fighting for Biafra. We are not having different or splinter groups like criminals they have here, and the way they are calling the names. Our own is to bring everyone that is ready and is fighting for this freedom. You come together and then you fight from whichever angle, because every effort put together will help us to get the result. Person cannot do it alone. So whether you call yourself splinter groups like these criminals are talking about, or you call yourself a different group or factions, we don't bloody care whether you call yourself factions or groups or splinter groups. What we are saying is no elections in Biafra land. With all the power that you have, that you use to do cultism, you use to kill yourselves, you use to fight your people in your communities. Bring all those your power and multiply them into no elections in Biafra land. Use it to fight the enemies of Biafra and make sure that election does not hold, because our own as we dey talk am, na so they go dey see am. We are making improvements and everything is happening and everybody has seen it. They say IPOB remains peaceful and indivisible under the command of one Nigeria. Make una hear am o. Under the command of one Nigeria, na im dey remain o. This is the DOS. They say IPOB remains peaceful and indivisible under one command of one Nigeria. Una see am? Under the command of one Nigeria. Na im dey dey. DOS, they don't make am very clear here for you that they are the IPOB DOS working under the command of one Nigeria. You see am? They are working under the command of one Nigeria, not working under the command of Onyendu again, not working under the command of the Biafran people again, but working under the command of one Nigeria Republic. If una know say am Mozambique, make una say am well. If they were working under the command of the Biafran people, it would have been that they are working under the command of Biafran people. They would have listened to what the Biafran people are saying, which they say we need MNK, we need Biafra, we need our freedom. Father Mbaka was preaching and he said, "Let my people go. Let my people go. Let Mazi Nnamdi Kanu go. Because you have kidnapped him, but yet the death toll rate is the death toll is increasing every day. And now you are using the method of warfare of currency swap to blindfold people into believing that the next person that will come will be the Messiah, so that everybody will rush in to go and vote them. No, let my people go. So the DOS members are telling you that they are indivisible and they are a peaceful people, and they are working under the command of one Nigerian government. They are no more working under the command of the Biafran people. They are no more working under the command of the indigenous people of Biafra, but they are working under the command of one Nigeria. If una never see am, make una see am here, e dey here for screen. And the IPOB remains peaceful and indivisible under one command for the liberation of Biafra from the damned Republic of one Nigeria. Telling you that they are under one command of one Nigeria. It's one Nigeria that is commanding them now. No be IPOB they command them again. So every instruction that you see coming out from them, it is coming out from one Nigeria. One Nigeria. One Nigeria. One Nigeria. That is why they cannot stand against one Nigeria again. That is why they cannot say no elections in Biafra land. That is why they must come and tell you we want the elections, because they are working for one Nigeria. The same way they plan to kill MNK and then destroy the Biafran agitation and the restoration plan. But Autopilot through Simon Ekpa, they rise up and to make sure the fire keeps on burning. So, since they are working for one Nigeria, do not expect them to always come and speak in cognizance to your freedom. They will always speak the opposite, because they are being exposed each and every day. And as the exposition is ongoing, you will be seeing it. Yeah. They are now working for one Nigeria, under the command of one Nigeria, not under the command of the Biafran people. So they will claim to remain peaceful. Hmm? Because when you are talking for one Nigeria, all what you'll be talking about will be peaceful, peaceful, peaceful. While you are shouting the peaceful, so are they massacring your people. While the currency swap is killing your people, obedience has come out to tell you to be peaceful and to be indivisible, that they are going to control it. Hmm? So you ask obedience, are you going to control it as a Fulani slave, or are you going to control it as a London boy, or are you going to control it as the one that is now seated praying alongside with them, putting your hand like this, like every Fulani man will do? Because Obi has done almost everything to please the Fulanis, just like Azikiwe did, just like Ironsi did, just like every other person did to make sure that they please one Nigeria and to make them to remain as one. So Ndi Nsama will always be preaching peace to you. Peace is a presence of no massacre. Peace is a presence of no raping. Peace is a presence of no kidnapping. Peace is a presence of no burning of houses. Peace is a presence of where you sit down and enjoy everything without being afraid of your life or what will happen in the next 5 or 10 minutes. Peace is a place where the poor man have a say and have food to eat. Peace is a place where the government of the day cares so much about the lives of the people. But the DOS criminals are misinterpreting the peace to mean something else. Because from all what I have made mention here now, there is no peace in it. You cannot be preaching peace when they are killing you. You cannot be preaching peace when they are massacring your children and men, when they are raping your mothers and your sisters and your fathers as well. And after they rape them, they cut them to pieces. And there you are preaching peace. If you have been preaching peace for over how many years now, and at this very time where you see your wives and children before your very eye cut to pieces by a fellow human being, then you are still shouting peace, then you are the biggest fool of our time. Because the way you will continue to shout the peace, it is your own body that will be slaughtered to pieces before your very eye. And then you will see the result of peace. Israelites fought while the enemies came before them. They did not stood there to shout peace. When someone is killing you, you kill the person back in reprisal, not for you to be shouting to be calling peace. It is not when they are killing you that you now look for Bible to shout blood of Jesus. No. If Suleiman understood quite well that peace should exist in one Nigeria, why did Suleiman go and buy a bulletproof car? Apostle Suleiman, who is preaching, standing in the pulpit to preach to all of you every day, he is preaching peace in one Nigeria. But does he know the meaning of the peace? Then he went and bought a bulletproof car for himself and his family. Why didn't he buy the bulletproof car and give to all of you in the congregation? So that all of you will also be sheltered with the bulletproof car and no weapon that is coming from the terrorists will be able to get you. But you can see them preaching peace. While the people that were inside the other car, when it was inside the bulletproof, all of them did not see peace. The bullet that rained on them, they all died instantly. Was there peace there? There was no peace, right? But inside his bulletproof car, there was peace. Because he used the bulletproof car to exemplify the peace that he was talking about. It is when you have a secured environment that you now talk about peace. So Suleiman understood the importance of having a bulletproof car and that the peace is only inside the bulletproof car. But outside the bulletproof car, the peace is not there. But he deceived all of you. So when the DOS criminals are talking about peaceful coexistence, they are the worst thing that has happened to the Biafran people because they are working for one Nigeria. They
Yes.
say we reiterate for the records that IPOB has not and did not and will not issue any sit-at-home order in February during the elections. Yes, because you people are not fighting for freedom and you can never ever. So you people are not in the pace again. But we are just using this your recent write-up to explain to Biafrans that you have ever and never wanted the interest of the Biafran people. You have been working for one Nigerian government all these years, and your write-up of this very kind has been able to exonerate Nnamdi Kanu and Autopilot all this while. Because we have been telling you that you are working for the Nigerian government and people did not listen to us. So with this, it is very, very clear because you people are making it official to be on the newspapers of one Nigeria that you people are working for one Nigeria and you want elections. While the autopilot IPOB are the people that are actually fighting against one Nigeria and we do not want the elections to hold. We also did not call for any boycott of elections yet. You people can never call for a boycott again because your stance have already been made that you are supporting the election. So your boycott will not even make sense. And since Biafran people have left you, boycott is not what we are even talking about now. What we are talking about now is no elections in Biafra land. They say nobody should blame or link IPOB to the statements or actions of government agendas operating in the eastern region. Una only to come out and make noise like this, whereas you are working hand in hand with the zoo government to make sure that every gallant man that is fighting against the one Nigeria is taken down. These are the people that are giving names of ESN members and IPOB members, especially coordinators that were serving under them before. You know, before MNK or after MNK was kidnapped, they bastardized the ESN. They sabotage it. They use virtually all the ESN members that were working under them to be working for the politicians for kidnapping and their protections. They told all the ESN members to hands down their weapons because MNK said so. And this was the biggest lie of our time. MNK set up ESN to protect you and to safeguard you. Then the same MNK will send message and say, scrap the ESN while I have been kidnapped. We stood up to fight and we fought since that time to this day. They did not succeed. And today, all that MNK had fought, let me surprise you people. Everything that MNK bought to prepare to while he was here when he was not kidnapped. Do you know that after MNK was kidnapped, that these the criminals in Sama, they handed over all the weapons to go and work with one Nigerian government. And they give all the weapons to one Nigerian government. For you to understand the level of the sabotage. Every weapon that we had before that were under the DOS criminals, as they went to go and sell themselves out to one Nigerian government to start working with the politicians, they went and handed over everything to them and they were now working with them. Let us take your mind back. When Soludo came into power and the day of his inauguration, he made a speech and then said he has had meeting with the DOS leadership and that they have agreed to work with them and that they are working with them now to see how they will harness things. That is when they started it. That was when they had meetings with Soludo. And then they sold out everything that we had, started working with Soludo. If you people understand the sabotage that these DOS have done, you will start stoning them any place that you see them. Do you imagine or understand what it means? That everything that MNK had worked for after setting up ESN, all the money and all the stick and the granite that we had on ground, these people handed everything over to work side by side with the Sioux government. And we have to come and start from scratch. That is why we are very thankful to all of you that donate when it comes to supporting ESN. And we special thanks goes to the this group that always make enormous donations. There are many other groups that their names are not always mentioned online, but they make something remarkable. So we appreciate you all. You don't understand what Mazi Simon Ekpa and the planning committees and Umwada are going through. The activities of these criminals cannot even be brought out to you in the open because when you hear all of them, you'll be running away, sir. And they've been working to make sure they sabotage every man and woman that is working to make sure that ESN continue to stand. They work to sabotage every ESN member that refuses to continue with them because their own is to work for the politicians now. They say our focus is to the release of Martin Nnamdi Kanu. Then you ask them, what effort have they made to release Martin Nnamdi Kanu? Nothing. Their own is just to wait for the court and hear what the court will say. When the court say MNK remain there for the next 100 years, that is what they stand. As far as they continue to make money with one Nigerian government, to every communique that is released by one Nigerian government, they have envelope that exchange hands. Like this one that you see here, money has changed hands. So DOS have been telling you that they are working for you for over how many years while MNK was here. But it will now surprise you to understand that the same DOS are now working against you. So this is what you have for now. Understand it very clear because they made it official for the whole world to know their stand, that they are working for one Nigerian government. So the people that are working for you now to see freedom and to see Martin Nnamdi Kanu out is what? Is the autopilot. Is Mazi Simon Ekpa. Is the Umuada. Is the ESN. Is every gallant men that are fighting every day. So our stand on no elections is non-negotiable. So anything that comes from these criminals, ignore them because they are useless. Because their own is to work with one Nigeria now, and that is what they will continue to do. That is why, thank you, brother, for reminding us. That is why they even came out to cancel the Remembrance Day of our heroes. What a shame. People that have fought for you for many years, then you now just come out and cancel their Heroes Remembrance Day. That is to tell you that they have no plan. They have no laid out things to even bring anything good to come. It has always been their pocket, their pocket, their pocket. And when their pocket is not working, it becomes a problem. They must always come out to write one rubbish or another. So Biafrans must understand the people that are fighting for their freedom and the people that are fighting against their freedom. Masugo, you may enlarge the other one. Ah, okay. Obi told Christians to take back their country against Islamization. And the same Obi now
He's
is
Emir
putting
of
on
Nigeria, the new
Sultan of
Emir of Nigeria.
Emir of Nigeria. Hey, nah, Biafrans, abeg, now una get to do all this talk for us. We go open line, make una come help us.
Arrow, but
Uh,
arrow. Chineke.
Battle Cry TV, you may say something, please.
Thank you, my people. So much appreciate the kind of exposition and the radical awareness people are bringing up here. And first of all, I must apologize for coming in late and appreciate you as
Battle Cry, excuse me. Battle
yeah.
Cry, excuse me. As you go, this number have changed.
Ah,
Yeah, this number have changed. Let me
okay
put the
now.
right number, please.
Abeg,
Because
Gakuma.
Battle Cry, go on, please. Sorry.
So yes, like I said before, I just come up late. I see it here that people have gone beyond 1 hour, and again, thank you for just tolerating my lateness to the show. I appreciate what you people are doing. I just came back and see that there is live program and started to come up because I know that there must be something new to share, to discuss, and to contribute. Um, Come on, what am I seeing on the screen here? Emir of Zoological Republic or Emir of Caliphate? Well,
Emir of Nigeria is Emir of Nigeria.
okay, Emir of Damnable Zoological Republic. You see, this is what our leader Martin Nnamdi is saying. Whoever that comes up must like to, serve Fulani. Onye malite, you would like to serve Fulani. Must you be in this dress before you rule the country? Must you? Now, I think with the perpetration of what these people are doing, Amechi did it, Ojuzokalu did it, this man again now is doing it, and is this attire the only prominent attire in that country that somebody can wear and please the people? No, I mean, what is the meaning of this garbage? Somebody want to rule the country. He made himself that he put on the Fulani emblem on his t-shirt. Another day again, just yesterday or 2 days ago, he was like this with his Fulani cap. Then was playing like alakuba, alakuba. That kind of thing. I keep asking myself, must you relegate yourself to the background for you to please people who don't like you? Is this thing this man is doing, is he the first person that has done it that that will not end up in shame? Others Okaro did it, end up in shame. Rotimi Amechi did it and end up in shame. And he's coming up to repeat the same thing again to get the same result. What a tragedy, my people. What a tragedy. When last did you see? Yes, I mean, it's not a laughing matter. It's not a laughing matter. It's appalling,
Oh
man.
boy. You the lament too.
No, 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 no. This is annoying. I'm not laughing. Why is it that when you do say it, when you post no people, when you post no people, a country they don't like you, when they caught a criminal fan, it will lament and they impose the blame on Igbo people. They caught a drug cartel, Abakere. He said that IPOB is trying to blackmail him. Was it IPOB that gave him this drug? Or was it IPOB that bribed him? You say it's this. They brought this Minister of Justice Malami to channel television to talk about open grazing or banning open grazing. He said before an open grazing will happen, it's like all the northern government coming together to ban the people selling spare parts. They don't like you. Why are you wasting your bloody time? They don't like you. Everything Igbo man, their godfather, 1964, was interviewed by BBC journalists. What did he say? Before he would give him any Igbo man contract or job or anything, he will look around. And even if he didn't see anybody to take, he will give it a foreigner. If he didn't see a foreigner, he will give it anybody in the zoo that is not a Igbo person. And these people know that the foundation has led a foundation of hatred against Igbos, and still this gullible political janjaweed slave are still struggling. I want to help Fulani, I want to serve Fulani, I want to do this, I want to wear their dress, I want to put their attire, I want to do this. All of a sudden, they will always end up in shame. Jesus Christ of Nazareth, what is going on? Eh? So, on his own correct mind, this man could be able to accept this thing and put it without knowing that camera will carry it. Tomorrow now he will enter a Catholic church now, receive blessed sacrament, pray rosary, Hail Mary full of grace, the Lord is with you. Prayer, and still he will go back and compromise. They asked him the other day, what will he do if he enter Asorok as a president, if he's elected as a president? First thing he said that he will go to North and bring up all the children in the North and put them in the school and build ranching, build this for the farmers. What about their brothers who are selling spare parts? So this man wants us to be traveling 8 hours from Eastern region to Lagos to connect international flight to China to close 40 feet container and bring it back to Lagos and now face the trouble of Alaye and customs. You, is he not? Can't he think about international airport in his own region? Can't he think about international seaport in his own region? Can't he think about any embassy? Must you go to Abuja? Must you go to Lagos to apply for visa? This man has no idea. I mean, has no plan for his own people. He just want to put us together and bin us, in a bin and just give Fulani. No, no, it's none of them is talking about his own people. Look at how he went. When last do you see this man say even wearing Igbo attire and doing campaign? Or from all the attack they did to him, still he never rebuke it. They killed many people in Igbo region. He never speak about it. One lawyer was killed in Lagos. He just come out immediately, start typing, start agitating. This is nonsense. This is dirty. This is diabolism. Diabolism of betraying his own people. My people, I'm getting annoyed. Please, I don't know. I just thank you, people, but this is. I just saw this. I just react immediately. So no. I cannot miss this program. I just jumped in, But please send me that script you are reading. If I don't know the website where you are reading that thing from, I would like to read it. Thank you.
Battle Cry. Battle Cry TV. Take am easy. These are what you need to get when you're dealing with criminals and people that are always deceiving our people all these years.
Arrow to fear.
And Biafrans, please, before you start calling in, let us remind you of something. Mazuko,
Yeah.
put this video on the screen, the video that I sent, so that they will understand what we are doing and what MNK has been talking about.
Okay.
Hey, my people are going
Like from one of your previous broadcasts, you said that you need about 100 men from Biafra land to join you in this struggle.
Yes.
So I've been wondering within myself since then, trying to know what kind of men are these men that you need.
Now, first of all, before somebody will work with over 200 DOS members all over the world since 2012. He then instituted that body of DOS maybe in 2015 or 2014. Then let us calculate since 2012 to 2023, and MNK was now in 2021, crying that he still need 100 men. What does that explain to Biafrans? That MNK himself already knew that the people that he has around himself, they are useless.
are useless.
And that they are working with the politicians. And that they will always come to fail you on a day like this, where MNK is inside, and then they now give them a choice of Peter Obi and MNK being the Biafra. Then they will reject the Biafra, which is Nnamdi Kanu, and then they will go for Peter Obi. He knew. That is why he was telling you that he needs 100 men, because the ones he has already, they are useless people that cannot stand the test of time. They cannot be able to defend you. They cannot be able to keep their personal interests aside. They cannot be able to overlook their salary. They cannot be able to sacrifice with everything in their blood and then overlook what their interest will be just to look over to the freedom. They cannot use something to block their belly because they are stomach agitators. They cannot start thinking of how are we going to destroy this. What they will be thinking of, how is my business going to boom? Because while they are killing people in Yamuku, killing in Uli, killing in Okigwe, killing in Umutanse, killing in Olu, in Iyala, killing in Oma, killing in Delta and many other places. What you hear or video is talking about, and every person that is calling himself Igbo that is supporting obedience is talking about, they are talking about their business, how their business is going to grow, how much sit at home is crippling the economy of their business. But they are not talking about how you can free the people from the contraption, how you can free Mazen and the Kanu from the contraption. It's all about their business, their business, their business. So the 100 men MNK was talking about, MNK already knew that amongst them, they are none before he started crying about these 100 men. These 100 men are you and I that have suffixed after MNK's kidnap, which he told God, bring those men out now, bring them out, bring them out.
The type of men we need are those who are pure at heart.
Men that are pure at heart. I am
Yes.
asking you. The one that wrote that communique before and told you that they are working under the command of one Nigeria, are they pure at heart to see that Biafra comes for you? No. Are they ready for your freedom? No. Can they sacrifice anything? No. Because they don't want to be called terrorists. They don't want to be called criminals by one Nigerian government, so they can never ever fall amongst this kind of men.
Loving Biafra with all their being.
Loving Biafra with all their being. Now, ask the World Igbo criminal chairman, ask DOS and their gang that have just released a memo about one Nigeria election. Their own is to release the memo in support of one Nigeria election. MNK told you here, the kind of people he's talking about is people that love Biafra with all their being, everything in them. But do you see that the DOS were now loving one Nigeria election? They did not love Biafra. They did not love the freedom of the Biafran people. They did not love the freedom of Nnamdi Kanu, but they loved the election of one Nigeria to continue to make sure that the people that you will bring to this world massacred by one Nigeria. Because when you endorse one Nigeria, you endorse the death of your children. You endorse the death of your people. You endorse the raping and the massacre of your people.
Willing to sacrifice anything sacrificable for the restoration and the sustenance of Biafra.
Willing to sacrifice everything sacrificable for the restoration and the sustenance of Biafra. What are they doing now? What they are doing now is that they are not willing to sacrifice anything. They are not willing to sacrifice election of one Nigeria. They are not willing to sacrifice election of one Nigeria.
Sonny, you get that wrong. Sonny, I disagree with you. They are willing and they are sacrificing the greatest sacrifice in this life. Somebody that have sacrificed Biafra for enslavement in one Nigeria. You are saying they have not sacrificed anything. They have sacrificed our freedom for money. They sacrificed Biafra for money. 40,000 useless people.
If they had sacrificed for Biafra to come, it would have been in line with what MNK is saying. But they sacrificed to make sure one Nigeria stands. MNK is now telling you that they cannot sacrifice for Biafra to come, but they will sacrifice for one Nigeria to come because they never loved Biafra to come. They were walking like wolves in sheep clothing, and you cannot see them walk for Biafra to come. Rather, they will walk for one Nigeria to come. So when MNK was saying he needed more 100 men, understand that he saw that these criminals were already signing papers and having meetings with one Nigeria.
People who will gladly give, and I say anything to ensure that Biafra is restored.
People that will gladly give anything out just to make sure Biafra is restored? Is it the ones that are telling you we dissociate ourselves from anybody that is standing against one Nigeria? They cannot give one Nigeria for Biafra to stand, but they can give Biafra for one Nigeria to stand. Do you understand the point? So they don't fall amongst the people that are supposed to give you Biafra in the first place. That is why you must understand what MNK was saying. That they can't sacrifice anything to give you Biafra, but they can sacrifice Biafra for them to get Nigeria.
And I have a shocking news for you.
A very shocking news to tell you that none of them that I have been working with for over how many years merit these qualities. He has checked all of them.
In all the years that we have been agitating for the freedom of our people, I have not found up to 15 people.
Imagine, very shameful. But he has over 200 DOS members all over the world. Yet, after how many years, he cannot boldly hit his chest and say he have even 15. Do you now understand what MNK was passing through? Do you now understand why when they see Mazi Simon Ekpa now, they want to kill him? Do you now understand why they see all of you talking boldly now on the media and exposing things? They hate to hear you speak. Because MNK had weighed all of them and he could not find anyone, not even up to 15. For how many years so that he has been spending with them? And with these people, you couldn't have gone to anywhere. Without the emergence of Autopilot, as you are waxing strong now, that the whole world are coming to join forces against Biafra, nobody would have had your story.
I'm telling
because
you.
the people that MNK already had working with him, they were all useless.
Useless.
Imbecilic.
Useless.
Lame. And none of them could even call MNK and say, MNK, please. Like that, your message that I heard you say, none of us qualifies these 100 men. Please, I want to convince you that I am one. None of them could do it because they know that MNK was right. And everything MNK said before, it has come to pass from this communique that we read before now that said, they said ignore sit at home, that they don't want sit at home. They want one Nigeria to continue. They want election in Biafra land. But they were clamoring and shouting Biafra with Nnamdi Kanu for years.
Who are the way that we are? Who are the freedom of our people? I have not found up to 15 people who are the way that we are, who are willing to sacrifice everything sacrificable to make sure that Biafra is restored, without enmity, without rancor, without greed, without jealousy, without any personal interest.
Child.
Jealousy, rancor, hatred, personal interest. This hatred and personal interest now is what has just come in. Where they say, why must it be Simon Ekpa? Why must it be you, Autopilot? We cannot allow it to happen.
Well, can they do it?
What can they do? What they can't do, they can't allow another person that can do more than them to do. That is the issue. They want to be the one to answer the name. You will check the media now. You see one music play and then you see Simon's photo, you see Simon's image, or you see Mazugo image, or you see your image, or you see my image. You will see somebody come out and tell you, why is my image not there in that video? Because it's not about what they contribute on how they want it to be and how we can get results. It's about, I should be the person. I should be the person. Should have been the one there. Is it my video or my photo that should have been there? Why didn't you put my video? Why didn't you put my photo? They want to only answer name,
Eh,
but not ready to do anything.
answer them and occupy
People that can gladly sacrifice anything sacrificable to make sure Biafra comes, they do not belong on this list of people, because the election of 2023 have opened the nyash of everybody that were hiding, claiming that they are actually working for this freedom. And MNK spells everything out here for them.
We have been fighting for years. I'm telling you, in all my life, I have not come across up to 15 people that will do anything for Biafra. Never have not. And Chukwuka Biama said, until there are 100 of you, nothing will happen.
Until there are 100 of you, it will happen. Now that the 100 of you are available, something is happening. Now that the 100 of you are available now, something is happening. That is why, as MNK is inside, the realization that the mistake of kidnapping MNK has now come to the table of everybody. Because now that the 100 of you are available, you see that they kidnap MNK and then we make it to become useless. We see that they kidnap MNK, we make it that for them to even keep MNK becomes more expensive than them paying money to kidnap MNK. We now make it that as they kidnap MNK, all of you are making the fire to burn more than before. And people are crying from left, right, center. People are coming to their knees now. Why? Because they kidnapped MNK and then it did not stop there. You are firing them. Now that the people that God had ordained has finally emerged, you see it now that the zoo governments are crying. Now that the 100 of you that God wanted to be, you see that you have taken the stand of no elections in Biafra land, and it is standing. And everybody are now reckoning on you. The media cannot have a crowd filled up of reading their articles if Autopilot and Simon Ekpa is not mentioned there. Because you are the man of the day now. They must speak of you because the 100 men that MNK was talking about have come. And it is now that everything are happening. So keep up the fight and let it continue.
I need minimum 100 of you that can dedicate and give anything for Biafra and Biafra come. Then we are pushing for that and praying for that. And this year, we are going to make very serious inroads, that I can assure you. So if you are one of those who are prepared, I want you to, the analogy, the simplest analogy is like the disciples that followed Yeshua in the New Testament. Yeshua said to them, you must abandon everything. Everything, even those of you who are fishers of men, you must abandon everything you're doing and come and follow this very ministry. Come and join this very gospel. That is the mindset our people will need to have. It doesn't matter how poor you are, how well you are. You must be prepared. I'm not asking you in the physical to abandon everything you're doing, but in the spirit, your mindset has to be such that you are willing and prepared to abandon everything in life and to sacrifice anything, sacrifice devil to get Biafra. Those are the people we are looking for. That is the 100 we're talking about. So there are some people who serve IPOB in various capacities. We have officers, both junior and senior. That doesn't mean they meet this criteria. This criteria is meant.
All the DOS members, all the Nzamas, none of them have met this criteria. And he said this criteria is only made for the people that Chukwu Okike had ordained, which is the autopilot that he then unveiled 2 weeks to his kidnap.
For the, I don't know, let me not say it live on air, but when the time comes, you know. And thank you very much for your question. I welcome it and I love it. Thank you very, very much. If you have called us before,
He said when the time comes, you will know. And the time has come. And you have seen it. When the time comes, you will know the people that God had ordained to lead you to the final destination of Biafra. The time has come and you are seeing them. Do you now understand? When MNK said, ignore the criminals, the DOS members, all the ones that have been shouting yes, yes, alongside with me for years because they are useless. But God is sending people to come and take charge. As you go, you have the my battle cry. When I get mic now.
Okay. Be like say caller don't come.
Still put battery cry number also so that if they want to call, they can call from his own as well.
Yeah.
Hello.
Hello, Master. Good evening from here, sir.
And they will.
I thought you were seeing that program now. Hello?
Hello, go on.
Okay, I just want to say thank you so much and God bless all of you for the good work we have been doing.
Thank you.
Don't mind that's a matter of they are releasing a breast statement. They don't know that their time has come. As in, they don't have any. People have noticed. People have known that they don't have anything to offer. That they're just there for their own pocket interest. And if you watch the video that the President Farambaka did yesterday, you understand that Farambaka finally denounced Nigeria.
Sure.
Exactly. Yeah, so you understand because he said it one place. He said it if you go to if you just watch that video very well, he said it in one place that election on besides I'm not in Nigeria. He said it. After he said this before he said Elijah must not be bribed, will not be bribed, Elisha will not be bribed, and Moses must do his job. So Moses is doing his job now, and I pray that this promised land that will get there this year. Thank you so much, and God bless you, sir.
Thank you, my brother. Thank you so much. Well, dear Biafrans, we wait for your calls. Call into the program. At least if you don't get something where you want comment, come tell us how you see the new emir of Nigeria. The new emir of Nigeria. That is what we are saying. Today you are emir, tomorrow you go poor, you go church, they go pray, anoint you. They go anoint every elders go gather pray. Tomorrow you go this one. Not one place. And hello, Mazi.
Autopilot.
Waiting they don't know big pass them now.
Water.
Now be the code. Steady.
I thank you, my brother. I thank you. Please, you know what I wanted to contribute is this. You know, our people don't know that, including myself, I don't know how you people are seeing this thing. Fulani have divided that country up. Fulani have already divided that country, but our people say this selfish. Look at now, he goes to the north, they are using new money. He comes to the south, he change new money with old money. I think, does that tell you that you are in one country? That's number one. Now, like this position that they are making today, is what Farambaka did yesterday over this nonsense. This nonsense, this idiot in Ghana said. What Farambaka said yesterday, every Biafra listened to Farambaka yesterday. And that's what Farambaka said. We stand on no election. You will see what is going to happen. You see this thing that Farambaka said yesterday. There's nobody in Biafra land that don't listen or did not hear that message. And I believe it is because of that in Rebecca said, let those idiots come out and come and write this nonsense here.
But they're right.
I want people to understand the picture. Okay, look at this fool that's telling you that it's P2D. You don't go to North now. I don't know whether I commit the Maria. P2D, I don't know whether I commit because anybody will go there after they publish their ass. They go put them a woman clothes, Alaja. So at least let us find out who they married to. Is it the Kumi? Because after he went and visited Kumi, they give him this chief title. Whether Kumi they marry him now.
We go find out. Thank you so much. Thank
Thank
you.
you very much, my brother.
They will. Thank you. We go so find out who the marry am. God save and say Onye do no dey because Onye do say he go expose who be him boyfriend. But unfortunately, Onye do no dey here now. So make you just dey drink the tea while the tea is warm. Because Onye do will soon come out and handle you. And that is his fear. That is his fear. So Biafra son, I don't see wetin we dey talk. Una see am. Today he is Emir in Kanu. Tomorrow he is Emir in Zamfara. These are the people that will come and give you freedom. The same people that he is supporting the warriors of the north and then against your own warriors that are ESN. He is with them to be killed. And we are asking what is happening to us. Where is it happening to us from? Anybody standing against Biafra 2023 exiting Nigeria, that person is a wicked soul and must be treated like a wicked soul. No looking face they treat them. No looking face. Give them anything we want give them. Tell them anything we want tell them. Now, this Emma powerless or powerless Emma cable seller Emma, this cable seller, Emma cable seller, they are still using him. See the veil way full in face. Where you take the same cable. They sell cable for DVD cable, plus and minus cable. He don't come write another 10. Waiting these people no know be say, waiting they do, they go get their reward. This same Emma powerless, the day they kidnapped Toyendu, people for Ghana go meet and make them find out wetin be the reason, wetin happen. E tell them make them wait, I'm gonna kill go there, cause they go to phone and down on akụkụ ebe ni.
Hey! Arrow. Arrow, bro. I'm gonna kill you.
And that was the end. That was the end. He never talked to those people. What is more important than the kidnap of Onyendu? Talk to people. You know, even concern them, that shows that my plans has been fulfilled. That means sure banker, money they come. Banker don't mature. Money go enter account.
Money don't change hand.
They are telling you no sit at home. That day make them come out. That's what you should ask them. Make them tell their mama and papa, make them come out. Don't be make them write rubbish. And you see, say they no green carry their paper write up. They no carry their letter-headed paper write up. They use nonsense, go right. But it is in the news. They cannot deny it. It's in the news. News will have it. It's in the news. So they no go fit deny them. Say they no talk them. See the news here. See them.
You know, with about 20 days to the 2023 general election,
Okay.
the indigenous people of Biafra, IPOB, have declared that there would be no sit at
No what?
Wait.
You know, with about 20 days to the 2020.
Now let me bring it to the screen, make you see them. Because these people are evil. They can't deny it.
You know, with about 20 days to the 2023 general election, the indigenous people of Biafra, IPOB, have declared that there will be no sit-at-home directive during the coming election. IPOB warned the pan-Nigeria president of the Igbo Extraction Coalition, Nnamdi, against linking the group with enforcement of sit-at-home order. The group, in a statement released through its spokesman, Imam Powerful, said IPOB have no intention to enforce sit at home during the election and is focused on the release of its leader, Nnamdi Kanu. The group has also publicly denounced any link with Biafran agitator Simon Ekpa and his collaborators. Who do we believe now? Or what?
Hey, hello.
Hello, Mazugo.
Yeah, there was a.
What is the code?
They never know now. They never understand.
67 to 20 something is going.
Mm.
You know why I'm happy is that when Simon Ekpa said they should wait for 2023, that it will start from 2023. People are just joking, think that they don't know what he's saying. I believe from the day I start following Simon Ekpa, I know that they have one kind of fire in him. And today, Biafra is here. Even when I call somebody today for Asaba, you say if war not start from Asaba this week, maybe next week war will start, but everywhere is dry. That is what they just told me. Say, if war not start this week for Asaba, maybe by next week, problem will start because everywhere is dry and nobody is happy. So we are hitting them the hard way.
Exactly.
You know, when they are doing us since years ago, they are hitting us. You know, again when you pursue coach, you pursue at this war, nowhere to go. You go say, my God, make I face you. That is what we do them now. Now they are regretting to fight Biafra.
Exactly.
They are regretting. What my father told me, say, when you wake up, you see foul. When you defeat, start to pursue you, when you dey run.
Exactly. You go run if you don't know whether I don't grow teeth for night. Now. That's so.
So now we are the one to pursue them, they are the one to run. Before they are pursuing us, I think.
Yes.
Now we are the one to pursue them. So thank you very much for what you are doing. I'm very happy. When I see the scores, I take 1 cup of water. If I see another score, I take water to download every food because Biafra will go.
Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. I appreciate it. Hit them harder.
You're welcome.
Because all those TOS stories, our people for home don't know the truth already. So all those TOS that are just trying to make them come up for headline for the news. Because make newspaper for move market now. All those ones that they promote your newspaper.
Exactly.
Well done, sir.
They will.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. I appreciate it.
Okay. Bye. Okay. Sonny, want us to listen to Mbaka?
Yeah, while we wait for callers to call in.
Okay, now callers, you call in. We are waiting as the Mbaka is playing. We wait for you. Come.
Kachuku beyeri ay beni na berai nazu. Chi ayi bembeyari.
Ayi bembegare.
O beyeri ande eche no nga oduru ha putawa. Chineke mewuru ya. God can do it. It's only in Nigeria that the court can set somebody free and the government will say, no, keep the person. So in this mass, we lift our hands and pray for the full release of Nnamdi Kanu. Fewere chukwa kanisia. Oyi bembeyare. Beyere ibe ha bere nazu. Igbo wibo na atafu ihe na amaro isi ya. ụmụakwụkwọ mangazi ndị ọrụ manga Monday akpọchi ebe niile ndị na-acha ya ọ gbasara ha, they don't care. How can you say you don't care but you are a leader? You must. So we put this as our intention. Chineke si mmadụ were onwe ya, mmadụ ụwa si na onye ha ama nwe onwe ya. Chukwu ga-eme onye ahụ ihe ọ ga-eme ya. Isi ọ bụ na ị ma ịrapụ ya. Then why the judiciary? There are three arms of government: the executive, the legislative, and the judiciary. And one arm, we say the other is useless. So please, I ask in the name of God and by the power of God that our leaders should quickly release Nnamdi Kanu. We cannot just be distracted by the new currency, by fuel scarcity. And there is a problem. Judiciary is dying. If the court can acquit somebody and somebody will say no, then the country is gone. It's a coup d'etat against judiciary. And as a man of God, I stand out to say, release him. Do the needful. Our people are suffering. A lot of suffering in the country. Perpetuated by our so-called leaders. I'm not a politician and I don't intend to be one. I'm a prophet of God. My job is to speak when God is angry. I will represent the voice of God in anger. When God is happy, I will speak and represent the voice of God in joy. The poor masses are suffering. Today is Nnamdi Kanu, tomorrow it can be you. And you go to court and court will say, release this person. And the governor or the president will say, no. If holding that young man will cripple this country, why not release him? Nnamdi Kanu's case is like a trigger in the gun. You must be careful how you touch the trigger when the gun is loaded. And don't tell anybody he's a nobody. He represents a people. And finally, the court has said, release him. Why not release him? Especially for health reasons. I have to render my voice so that when tomorrow the leaders begin to suffer calamity, they will not say, what did the Father Mbaka say? And remember, when I'm called into this service, I didn't take anybody's permission to air my view when God says, air it. When I cannot speak what God asked me to speak, then I have finished my job. Then God will take me. So I have not finished my job. Because we want to hammer today on generosity. It's all about giving. Don't use what God has given to you to mess up somebody under you. So I lift my hands once more for the suffering Nigerians. Everybody is suffering now. People will suffer and suffer to get money. And suffer and suffer and suffer more to take their money. And there is still a country. And tomorrow you say, Father Mbaka says, why do you force me to say something? I am giving both the president, CBN governor, a mandate from heaven. If they don't want to react immediately and stop this self-imposed wicked suffering on the people, they will suffer. Say rubbish. Why do you multiply misery? People are sleeping in the bank to get their money. In which country has it ever happened? People are now selling money, not dollar. It is easy to get dollar now than to get naira. Parents cannot have money to buy foodstuffs for their children. I don't know how many will be alive by the time the so-called new currency will come out. The new currency is not even good. The design, very poor. The color separation, rubbish. And everybody is quiet, thinking about the election. Will people not be alive to do the election? Will dead men do election? Horrible. Men of God, you better open your mouth. Nobody can kill a man of God until the time God says it's over. So, I have come back from the monastery to see my people like Moses coming down from the mountain. Seeing his people in suffering, in misery, in sorrow, in agony. It's time to tell Pharaoh, let my people go. Every night, some parents no longer sleep in their houses. Either they are in the ATM station or they are in the fuel station. Wickedness. Pride is a killer disease. The leaders of the country, if you know that this policy cannot work, why not change it immediately? It's a government of the people. The people said they don't like what you are doing. It's not the government of Mr. President, the government of this of the governor of whatever. It's not your government. You are not the owner of the country. You are killing people. What kidnappers and assassins could not do, you people are quietly doing. People are dying. Somebody will be sick to go to the hospital. He or she has to do transfer. Somebody who is dying. Network is not going. By the time the doctor will get the alert, the patient is already in the mortuary. Go to the rural areas. I think you could have developed Nigeria before you introduce this policy. Somebody who has not gone to primary school, you are setting algebra for him. You are setting engineering mathematics for him. He has not known 1 plus 1. You are asking the person to do physics. How? 99% of our country people do not know what people are talking about. Farmers are suffering to do transfer to carry feed. Before the feed will arrive, the birds in the farms have died. No insurance policy. What a wicked, what a barbaric activity. It's evil on the land. Tomorrow, let somebody quote from the back and say, come and answer me. You said the government is not doing well. Is the government doing well? The prophetic voice of the church can never be gagged. The church is a prophetic entity. It's a spiritual prophetic family. We are suffering from kidnapping activities as a result of joblessness. I was thinking that by the time I come back from the monastery, the countrymen must have gotten jobs. People are even losing their jobs. No job. No security. No money. No fuel. No hope. No joy. No food. No house. Campaign, election. Do you think that if this situation continues, that Nigerians will do this election? I am not Nigerians, but I am trying to tell our leaders, Do not indirectly. Do not indirectly impose upon Nigerians dictatorship. What is happening now is a coup d'etat on democracy. Is who will say it. Where the people will be suffering. The poor masses are the people suffering this, but even the rich are equally crying. To buy pure water, will you do cash transfer? Where is the new Naira? If you are not ready with the new Naira note, why not push out the old one? Are you giving a limitation of 20,000 or what? If somebody has to do cash payment because of where the person is living, of 300,000 Naira, so that business should collapse? Why didn't you start this in all the time you people entered? 80 years is enough for you to stabilize it. Why mess up Nigeria? Because people are going. Wickedness. 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 The present government, in the name of the Father, Son, and the Holy Spirit, in the name of Allah, I want to ask you, change, or you people will cry. What you are inviting, you cannot face it. I say it again. What you are inviting, you cannot face it. The Hausas are crying. Yorubas are crying. Niger Delta people are crying. The Ibos are crying. Who are you now leading? Middle Belt people are crying. Who are with you? People you cannot give job. All their businesses are collapsing. Where did you learn that? Who advised you? Even if the policy is good, the time is evil. You cannot tell a woman in labor to begin to run my race because running is a good exercise. It's good, but she is in labor. It's not a good time for it. Release the fund. Yesterday I saw in Eclipse a young man who entered the bank to get his money. They said, and he rendered himself naked. This government has rendered their people naked. That guy is representing many naked people.
All right, network, knock the thing out. Though Mbaka has delivered
But
his message.
it's almost done. He don't talk the important part finish.
Yeah. And there's one thing that also intrigued me. He said he is not a Nigerian. He is not
I
Nigerian.
to be Nigerians.
So that one is a take home for Biafra to go and dig into. Mazi, where we go, we see you there.
Yeah, my brother, thank you. Thank you. I came on before, but was on the highway. So I just enter now. Biafrans. No leave, no transfer. We are going home.
Exactly. Exactly.
It's either Biafra or Biafra.
Mazuko, give a shout out to Biafrans because Mazio Ubiko, give a shout out to Biafrans because our lines are open for calls. Anybody can call in. So while we're waiting for calls, Mazuko, you can speak for the time being. Mazio Ubiko, you can speak for the time being.
Yeah. Biafrans. You already know everything we are doing because this is the time. We are calling on all pastors, all reverend fathers, all reverend sisters, all native doctors, all lawyers, anybody that is serving God in any way if you know that you are truthful in what you are doing, Mbaka have set an automatic example of what you should be doing. Because anybody who is supporting one Nigeria automatically support injustice. Because Nigeria is living under injustice. The court, Nigerian court, stood by Mazen Nnamdi Kanu. They discharged and they acquitted him as a prophet he is. The people holding Nnamdi Kanu inside the DSA dungeon are foreigners and the DOS, Ohaneze Ndị Igbo, and those lovers of corruption. They are the ones holding Nnamdi Kanu in that place because the law has discharged Mazen Nnamdi Kanu. Only law after God is law before any other existing human being. Law is above every existing human being in the universe. The law is not holding Nnamdi Kanu. Nigerian government discharging Nnamdi, the Nigerian court discharging Nnamdi Kanu means that they believe that what Nnamdi Kanu is saying is truth. He said the time will come when you will have money in the bank, but you will not have access to it. All his prophecies has come to pass. Genuine pastors today are using the messages of Mazen Nnamdi Kanu to preach in the churches to give brain to their followers. That is how pastors are supposed to be teaching. Anybody who is not speaking like Mbaka today should ask himself a question because something is wrong. Something is wrong inside that person. A lot of people are not even understanding what is happening. You supporting one Nigeria, you are automatically supporting injustice. That is what we are talking about. My brother, 247, right on, please. Maybe you play that thing back again, or any other one we can analyze.
No. Actually, I was looking at something, so the thing just entered the commot. I mean, no agree commot. So, Biafrans, no one make calls this night, and honestly, my throat no too bam to the talk. I don't want the stress up too much. That's why I leave the whole thing for Sonny make it they do since. But true to be said, the people now telling you that they are not asking anybody to come out to stay in their houses, that they are calling Nigerians to come out and vote. They are calling people of the south and the east to come out and vote. Are they not the same people that were telling you just this last week that Onyento has been poisoned? They has broken the camel's back. They have climbed the camel back. Every Biafran come out. We are not going to take it lightly. They have touched the tiger's tail. They have touched the lion's tail. They have touched the puma's tail. They have touched everything that has tail. Therefore, we are going to take war to them. We will break down Nigeria. We will destroy Nigeria. Only the way you say he get the poison him. You see they there, they never leave him. Today,
The empty verse will make the highest noise.
I tire all the threats waiting they nowhere. Waiting they give nothing. What have you done? Nothing. Nothing. The only thing they know how to do is to discourage Biafrans by doing their civil disobedience. Simple, sitting in their houses. If you look, you see that they sit at home Mondays, nobody die. It's only when they go on Radio Biafra and start deceiving people, come out, nothing that happen, not people would die. Listen, if you have anybody, tell them that this election is sit in your house. Don't come out. Because anybody will come out to the same people that called you to come, they will kill you. you have come to realize that Rocha Sokrocha have his own unknown government. Hopus Odema have his own unknown government. Shina Saworo have his own unknown government. Ikenga have his own. Biafra Shade have his own. Ifeanyi Ejiofor have it. All of them have people that are working with. So the earlier we know it, the better. Master Paul, I think if you have anything to say, you say. And let Sonny come. Maybe we'll close the program. I beg.
Yeah, and there are a lot of things to say, but because of time and because of your condition, yeah, we can hold break. Tomorrow we continue. We are really working hard to make sure that we deliver this message to Biafrans. But all we can say, you whom they are telling to come out, ask them if they themselves, if they are coming out.
Okay.
Nigeria doesn't want your head. Nigeria doesn't want your head doesn't want that you will use your head to sacrifice to save Nigeria. Stay in your house, enjoy yourself and relax. Then you wake up and enjoy yourself in Biafran land. You cannot use your head to sacrifice in saving Nigeria that has killed your own people since the time of Ojukwu, since
Hello,
the amalgamation of 1945.
hello, Mazugo.
Paul Omegu take this call, I beg.
Hello,
Yeah, thank you.
Go on.
Mazugo, can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Greetings, sir.
Ndewo.
Mazi Onyeka speaking. Yeah, Mazi, before I forgot, Mama Sunday Abrawa, please, your number is not connected. Please, there's one voice talk I send you on your WhatsApp, please. Check it again. It's a private message, I beg, please. Okay?
Hold on.
This number on the screen is working. The new number, this number on the screen is working.
Mazi, caller, he said the number wey there for screen, now you go call. No be another number. Only this number wey there for screen, now be Mazi Abarawa. The other one know the work.
Okay.
Only this one wey there for screen.
Okay, no problem. I will send message to that one.
Okay.
May I go on? Go on?
Yes, go on, sir.
Okay, then. Dear friends,
The network.
for network. Please, sorry for the network, please.
Yeah, go on.
The followers of Peter B, the gullible ones, I want to speak to you, please. Okay, I know there are other ones who are deliberately following Obi for just to stop Biafra. I know others also following Obi because they want to support somebody for governor or this. But the gullible ones, I want to talk to you, please. Look at something. If you want to, in a nation, in Nigeria like this, when you look at what is going on, if you want to know where the election is going, look at the key stakeholders like governors, senators, the person they are supporting. When you look at it, you know that the Obi you are following, Obi is just a distraction. Stop wasting your time following Obi. Obi cannot even, if and even the election will hold in their line, I put my life, Obi cannot even get 30%.
Your number there, your connect.
Network is bad.
Just quickly round up.
Okay. Look at the governors. Look at where they select their place. So they're not better than you. They have selected already. They want just to formalize their selection. Okay, that is what they want to do. Okay, you have PVC or whatever don't come. Besides, who controls your PVC? All the machineries that will make election work controlled by Fulani. Okay, stop for the crowd following Obi does not make sense. How many of them have PVC? Stop wasting your time. Use this time to prepare to how to defend your family. Some of you who are adults, who are youth, to defend their family, how to support TSN. Stop wasting your time following somebody who is deceiving you, who is consulted by Britain to stop Biafra struggle.
Okay. So I don't know what are we doing? Paul, you want to say something? You say, I think, Sonny, I think we don't try now. It's 12 o'clock. So we'll go round up, I beg. It's 2.5 hours now.
Mazi Paul, round up for us. Let us be going.
Yes.
Okay. My fellow Biafrans, as the caller just said something, and why we are here is for you to understand the secret behind all these things they are doing, all these shenanigans of Obi. You don't understand what political endorsement means. There is no political elite that supported P2B from Igbo land. Your vote as ordinary man on the street has no meaning. Again, if you know that you'll be sitting at home every Monday and all these important days, these are the sacrifice you are paying for Biafra to come so that you will enjoy what they call democracy in Biafran land. So no strong politician in Igbo land is supporting P2B. P2B, nobody knows whether he is a Muslim or a Christian. P2B is completely a eyes is now focusing well on Atiku under Usman Danfodio the agenda, which we know that this is the agenda that is destroyed Nigeria. And the Biafra has come to cover the darkness that is covering that territory. So that is what we are doing. We are here to enlighten you, to let you know your right. The reason that no need of you going to sacrifice your life, because check all the street, you will see Fulani foot soldiers. You will see them with their helicopters. You will see them with their armored car. You will see them with every kind of equipment. Then whose reasonable person is coming out that day? I don't think that any reasonable person will try to use his own head to save one Nigeria. So thank you all Biafrans, thank you my comrades. As we call it a day, tomorrow we can come out early. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay, Mazi Batukrai, your closing remark, please.
Oh, hi Biafra. Thank you again, once again, for having me on this show. And I must highly appreciate what you are doing and what other people are coming in here to contribute. Again, Biafra, my word is that it is not by force to be a Nigerian. We have our origin. Let's forget about our fellow, will I say, brother or son of the soil who is wearing masquerade in order to please the Janjaweedism, the damnable Zoological Republic, who said that his identity died 52 years ago. So if his identity died 52 years ago, now he now come up to validate another man's identity over his own identity, over his own race. Let's know that anybody now that's trying to write garbage on the social media saying that there will be no seat at home in the Biafra land during this general contraction election, just disregard it. These people, if they tell you the amount they have collected, you won't believe it. So our people used to say, no one ever minutes will buy the people. So as it is now, what these people are doing now is to enforce this Janjaweed general election. So only minutes will buy the people. When a child is crying and pointing hands somewhere, if his father is not there, his mother is there. If you truly investigate, the reason why these people are telling you there shall be no sit at home, that's they are canceling sit at home. Know that there is capable. They have, stretch their hand backward or behind the scene and collect something and trying to fool you. But my message is that, is it worth dying for that zoological republic? Choose one. I've since yesterday and today, some people have been meeting who are chanting One Nigeria or chanting 2023 election. I've asked them one simple question and they were struggling to answer that question. What I asked them is that if they place in front of you Nigeria and freedom, which one will you take? You say freedom. Okay, now are you rejecting Nigeria or you are taking freedom? You say he's taking freedom. first, but God will help the zoo. I said, are you out of your mind? So now there are people, our people used to say, okay, Bineli Brinan. So you cannot live up, you cannot live down at the same time. And you cannot use your two eyes and look, use their two eyes, one up, one down. Either you use their two eyes to see downward, or you use their two eyes to see upward. Choose one. That's all I want to tell you now. May God bless us. God bless Mazen Nnamdi. God bless our spokesman, Mazen Samuel, and bless ESM. Bless the men on the in the forest, try to safeguard our people. May God bless IPOB Autopilot Media. Thank you very much. God bless you.
Thank you, Mazi. Mazi Ugo, fire on. The last thing you will play on the screen, Mazi Ugo, will be this no elections in Biafra land video, which are posted on the studio.
All right.
So when you finish your closing remarks, you just end it with this video. My closing remarks is not available for now. So the availability of my closing remarks now this video where they so you can use and take close. So round up everything.
Okay.
And to Biafrans, we salute you. Thank you so much for being with us and keep a date with us again. Biafra is our destination. It's either Biafra or nothing. There we go.
Thank you.
Prince Ifeanyi, is it this picture you are talking about, or which one again? If it's this one, we don't see him now. So I don't know the one you are talking about.
Now this one in the top. I think what it means is that you try to post it on your YouTube and Facebook so that.
Okay, that actually, I don't tweet myself. Now Facebook and YouTube I go put that letter.
Yeah.
If we finish. So Biafrans, we go catch you now for corner. Tomorrow is another day. We will go rest for now. So I will say for now, goodbye.
Goodbye, my people.
I cannot guarantee you that any elections will hold anymore in our land.
And killing of armless and defenseless IPOB members and Mossab and other Biafra agitators, this can no longer be tolerated by us. We, the unrecognized voices of the IPOB Autopilot, as they call us, all over the world, demand with immediate effect the unconditional release of Nnamdi Kanu, the leader of the indigenous people of Biafra, IPOB.
I cannot guarantee you that any elections will hold anymore in our land.
We hereby declare no election, no 2023 general election in Biafra land. This no election in Biafra land has been activated. We are going to make it a task that must be done by every Biafran. All measures will be put in place to make sure the adequate civil disobedience is implemented to stop the election in Biafra land.
I cannot guarantee you that any elections will hold anymore in our land. I don't know what. I don't know if we are suffering from politicians. I don't know where this disease is coming from. We must cure it. I want our enemies to understand how fanatical we are about this quest to liberate Biafra from the shackles of the iniquitous zoological republic. You need to understand this very clearly. We are not going to stop. We are not going back. I don't care what you say. It doesn't matter what your report says. I don't care the countries putting it together. It is irrelevant to me. What matters is the liberation of Biafra. Therefore, if Katrina Lang has any brain in her skull, if all those idiots encouraging the zoo to continue, if they have any brain in their skull, they will say, let us allow Biafra to go with their trouble, because I can assure you, as night follows day, that Biafra must come or we all die in the process. Do you know why? Because what we are looking for is what belongs to us. I am asking for something that I had before the white man came. White man is not God. He's not God. God is in heaven. I assure you, God Almighty is in heaven, and His will must be done upon our lives. They are not God. Nobody can create a country for me. I decide where I want to belong to. The people must decide if Nigeria is the country or not. Not a white man and a white woman. All these idiots suffering from inferiority complex. Shame on all of you. You are foolish. Useless black people, because of your stupidity. That is why Africa is being treated the way it is today, like a trash can, more or less. As Trump said, a shithole. A white man has no business creating country for me, because I, Nnamdi Kanu, as a black man, I cannot go to Europe to create a country for them. Why then should I allow a white man and a drunken white woman to come to my land to create country for me? If you accept it, you are inferior.
God punish the devil. I'm in Europe. I can't create a country. I can't create a district here. So why must I allow the same thing to come and happen in my own country? Nonsense.